All right, so in the morning, guys, y'all's midterm, I think it's 33 problems, all going to be multiple choice. You got probably 10 of the problems going to be the log stuff we just finished. You know, I think there's a house payment problem on there. I think there's a future value. There might be. I'll check on that. All right, looking at the second midterm review from yesterday, I'm not going to go over everything on the front. I do think we need to do number 1 and number 2. All right, this is the first problem on your midterm. All right, guys, also remember all these review sheets, we're going to have 3 of them. We're going to hand them in. You can either hand them in at the end of class today or you can turn them in the morning before you take the midterm. Some of y'all might want to study up a little bit tonight. All right, so look at number 1. First problem on the midterm. It says state the values of x not in the domain. What do? Disregard the top, bring down the bottom. Everybody bring that down, set it equal to 0. Write it down. All right, so like we said yesterday, if you guys want to do quadratic formula on that, you can. But I just showed you how to factor it the first time we did it. Take out an x, and y'all should have x minus 5. Write that down. All right, so what's the answer for the x that's in front? That's a 0. What about this answer for this 5 inside the parentheses? Move it over. Instead of minus 5, it'll be positive 5. Those are going to be your numbers not in the domain. All right, you guys try the same thing on number 2. Same kind of problem on number 2. Do it the same way. Anybody else need one? All right, so remember, y'all mark out the top, right? You bring the bottom down, set it equal to 0, just like we did on number 1. Now, on number 1, they both had an x in common, so I took out an x. Can we do that on number 2? No, you can't do that. So all we can do is move the minus 7 over, make it a positive 7. All right, now y'all find the square root. The 7, is it a perfect square? Nope. Can it be broken down? Nope. So what do? Nothing. Just write plus or minus root 7. Positive root 7 and negative root 7.
That's the answer?
That's the answer. That's your answers that cannot be in the domain. Yeah. And it's going to say, since all the answers on this right are going to be multiple choice, it's going to say x can't equal positive root 7 and x can't equal negative root 7.
You do 8, sir?
Yeah. All right, I'll do 8 really quick, and I'm not going to go over 4 through 10. We'll do 8 and we'll do the back. All right, so you got f of x negative x squared plus 5x plus 1. All right, number 8, what y'all should have done yesterday, they want you to plug in m plus 3. We got to plug it in for the first x and the second x. All right, does anybody need to write that down?
Yes.
All right.
You factored, so we'll add up to get the first number, and then times the second, right?
Okay, sir.
Times to get the last number, add up to get the middle number.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Adam, when it says m plus 3 squared, Adam, we're supposed to remember that means we got to do the FOIL method first. Just bring this negative 1 down. We'll distribute it later, but you got to FOIL that out first. Everybody should be good at the FOIL method. Y'all FOIL that out and see what you get. You guys hot? Yeah? All right, so leave the negative 1 right here. Y'all should have m squared plus 3m plus 3m plus 9. Now deal with the negative 1. Now distribute everything. So that's going to be negative m squared minus 3m minus 3m minus 9. All right, any question on that first step, doing that full
I
method?
think copy it.
Go ahead. And distributing by -1.
Okay.
All right, then the rest of it's easy. Y'all can distribute your 5. That'd be 5m plus 15. Bring down the 1. So when y'all add like terms, now you got it done. All right, let's flip it over on the back.
Where would we get right there the answer?
All right, so your answer, if you add up like terms, let's see, add those up. I got -1m. 16 minus 9 is +7. That's what I got. Somebody can check their answer and see if they got the same thing. You don't have to factor that. You don't have to put it in the quadratic formula. You can just leave it like that.
Yeah.
All right, on the back. Now, everything on the front we went over yesterday. The back we didn't go over very much at all. And you guys have at least one of these problems, of every problem on the back on the midterm. So, all right, look at number 11. Very easy problem if you remember us doing this about, what, 6 weeks ago. All right, it says find the first 3 iterations for x sub 0 is 1. So if you guys remember, all you do is take 1, plug it in there and there, put it in your calculator, get an answer. Let's do that. Anybody need a calculator? I'll bring you one. All right, so y'all quickly plug that in. That should be easy to do. Somebody gets an answer, let me know. 5. 5 is what I got. All right, any question how we got the first answer? Now, how are we going to find the second answer? Now, you take 5 and plug it in there and there, and you just keep building. Your number's going to keep getting bigger. This is probably going to be pretty big by the time we finish. So plug 5 in. Let's see what we get. I got, y'all said 101. That's what I got. Now plug 101 in and see what you get. So this one's probably going to be pretty big. 3 times 101 squared plus 6 times 101. I got 31,205. All right, so not a hard problem though. You only got one of those on the midterm. All right, look at 12. Is it even function or odd function? That's an easy one.
Even.
Even, why?
It goes from 4 to 2 to 1.
Because your exponents are even numbers, correct. All right, let's go to 14. I guess I skipped 13 on here. Go to 14. Y equals x squared minus 7x plus 12. All right, we did this yesterday. I feel like we need to do it again. You guys weren't real good on this yesterday. All right, it says find the VA and the HA. All right, so you write down VA and HA and you start looking for that. But guys, there's something else we got to do on this one. If you can factor the top, remember, if you've got an x squared on the top, it's probably going to factor. Factor that out on the top. -3 and -4. All right, so if it can factor and if you can cross something out, you don't have to find a VA and an HA. You only got to find the whole. All right, so if it's got an x squared on the top and you can factor it, you just got to find the whole. All right, so what does the whole come from? The whole comes from the one you marked out. We marked out x minus 4. When I move that over, I get positive 4. That goes in my x coordinate. All right, now we graphed it 6 weeks ago. I'm not making y'all graph anything on the midterm. So if you want to find the other number and we're not going to graph it where we can just look at it, just plug 4 in the other one you didn't mark out. What's 4 minus 3?
1.
So it's 4 and 1. So So since we're not gonna graph it, just plug it back in the other one you didn't mark out, it'll give you the other part of the answer. Alright, so if 14 had a hole, 15 is probably a VA and a HA, and it is. Any question on 14? Riley?
Why you got four?
Say it again?
Why you got four? I want to be three.
Alright, the hole comes from the one you marked out. We marked out this one, Riley. So I took x minus 4 equals 0, moved it over, made it a positive 4.
Okay, so then you just take the four and plug it in.
Then take the 4, plug it back in the one you didn't mark out, it'll give you the other number. Alright, let's go to 15. Alright, so this one's got a VA and a HA. How do I know this one's got a VA and a HA? Because look, you don't have an x squared on the top, that's right. You can't factor anything, can't cross anything out, so we gotta do it this way. Alright, so we did these yesterday. How do you find the VA? Take the bottom, you don't even look at the top, remember. Take the bottom and set it equal to 0. Write it down.
The negative 3?
Good. Alright, does anybody remember how to find the HA? You gotta do something with the exponents. What do you do?
You subtract them.
Close.
Add.
When the exponents are equal, Adam, you divide the numbers in front of the x's. So 5 divided by 1 is 5. Alright, what if the exponents are not equal? What do you
0.
write? Automatically 0. Good. Alright, so again, I'm not going to make you graph it on the midterm. You're just going to have to find both these answers, and you're good. Alright, remember, you guys can skip 19. I'm not going through all that inverse stuff again. Y'all can mark out 19. I'll just give you that one on the midterm.
Worked out 19.
Mark it out. We're not doing 19. 16, comparing graph. Alright, so on 16, you're not going to have to graph it, but y'all really should know that an x squared is a parabola. But again, we're not graphing it. We just have to write down the 4 ways this one gets shifted. So you guys remember, start from the back. Where's it going? Down 7. What else?
Left 1.
Left 1.
And it's skinny.
Skinny. Yep. And a flip. Why is it a flip again, Adam?
Why is it flipped?
Uh-huh.
Negative?
Yeah, because it's got a negative. If it doesn't have a negative, you don't have to flip it. So you're just going to have to write down the 4 changes on the test tomorrow. You're not going to have to graph it. So you guys can do 17 and 18 by yourself. Y'all do those real quick, and then we'll do 20. Yep. The whole comes from the one you crossed out. Alright, 17. We don't have to go up or down. There's not a number on the end. Y'all should go left 5. And y'all should go compressed, which makes it wide. I can't remember if I wrote compressed or wide on the test tomorrow. 18.
Right 3.
Yeah, you don't have to go up or down on that one either. There's not a number on the end.
it's
so
flip.
it's right 3 and a flip. There might be 2 of those tomorrow. Alright, so how much time we got? You guys use 10 minutes, do number 20. And any problem on the front you haven't finished, go ahead and do that. We'll come back. We got one more sheet we're going to look over. And y'all probably just going to have some free time.